In this training module, you'll be learning how to drive the iconic LNER Class A3 steam locomotive number 60103, better known as Flying Scotsman. During this brief introduction, you'll be taken through the critical driving controls and performing passenger operations. When you're ready, climb onto the footplate. Take a seat at the driver's position so that we can prepare this locomotive for operation. For this introduction, you'll be completing a full loop of the circuit and performing passenger operations when you reach the next stop. Let's prepare this locomotive for departure. Open the cylinder cocks to remove any water from the cylinders after the locomotive has been left standing. Water in the cylinders can damage the locomotive as it does not compress like steam. The reverser determines the direction of travel and how much steam is consumed as the locomotive moves. Move the reverser into the full forward position. This ensures that you'll get the maximum amount of power to get the train moving. As you pick up speed, you'll need to move the reverser to reduce cut-off. This will also aid in steam efficiency. To begin loading passengers, you will need to open the passenger doors. It's time to depart. Close the passenger doors. Unlike other steam locomotives you may have operated, this locomotive has had its vacuum brakes upgraded to air brakes. The locomotive brake applies braking force on just the locomotive, whereas the train brake applies it to the entire formation. As this train has air brake equipped coaches, we'll be using the train brake. The regulator acts like the throttle for steam locomotives. It controls how much steam is delivered into the cylinders. Slowly open the regulator to apply some power. Remember that power delivery is delayed in a steam locomotive, and applying too much power too early can cause wheel slip. Starting to pick up speed, move the reverser toward mid-gear. This reduces the amount of steam let into the cylinders and saves energy. Now that the locomotive is moving, you can open the regulator some more. After a few wheel rotations, you can close the cylinder cocks. 1924, this locomotive was chosen as a flagship example at the British Empire Exhibition, where it was given the number 4472 and its now famous name after the Flying Scotsman express service between Edinburgh and London. In 1934, Flying Scotsman recorded 100 miles per hour on a special test run, officially the first locomotive to reach that speed. The test run proved to the LNER's directors that steam power could provide low speeds, negating the plan for development of diesel power on low-speed services. Sir William the Cowfighter took the steam locomotive to Australia and being the first steam locomotive to circumnavigate the globe. While in Australia in 1989, it also set a record for the longest non-stop run by a steam locomotive at 422 miles. After 23 years of ownership, Flying Scotsman to Tony Martin to £1.25 million. However, due to the expense of maintaining and running the locomotive, Martin chose to withdraw his ownership of the gap in someone to buy it. Fortunately, in 2004, a campaign by the National Railway Museum resulted in a surge of popularity. The museum was granted a £1.8 million grant to purchase it and make it part of the national collection, along with extensive recommendations. Prepare the train to slow down. Bring the train to a stop in the indicated position. Now that the train has stopped, you can open the passenger doors. Good work! That concludes all the basics of operating this locomotive.